Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and welcome to another edition of Simple to Stunning Sundays. I'm doing it just a little different this time, and I think you're going to like it. I started out with this card layout, and it was actually for my masculine card blog hop that this video will be in on my blog, but I quickly found out I loved the layout, and so I wanted to create a Simple to Stunning Sundays all in one video for you, and I think you're going to like it. So I'm using one of our new stamp sets that I actually was so excited to get called Loyal Leaves, and I think this is going to be a great stamp set, especially for masculine cards, which is something we all sometimes struggle with. And so I took this and I was really excited to use these 3 leaves. I love this leaf. It's kind of like the one that's in the Rooted in Nature stamp set, but it's quite a bit larger. So that's fun too. I think they'll be fun to mix in with that set as well. But I wanted to take those 3 leaves and stamp them just randomly on my cardstock. So let me show you what I did. First, I'm going to start with 3 pieces, and all of the sizes will be the same. 3 pieces of 1.5 by 4 3/4 inches of very vanilla cardstock. And by the way, the photos on my blog don't do this justice. It's a really nice looking card. Now my color combo is going to be Just Jade, Garden Green, and Shaded Spruce. Some great greens in there. And then I will also use a little bit of Soft Suede for my sentiment. So I love the color combo. And I'm going to start with the Just Jade. This is one of our new in colors this year. And if you love the in colors, I definitely recommend joining my in color club. Now what's great is you can do the club your way, meaning you can order whatever you want. During the club, we meet for 5 months, and then you get a bunch of bonus items when you complete your purchases. There we go. I just overlapped those leaves, covering up every little bit. Now, if you miss like a little spot there, what you can do is stamp off a layer and then just go over the top, and then just kind of you want to get every bit colored. All right, next up is Garden Green. So back to club. It's 5 months, June through October. You spend $45 each month, and then at the end, you will get a free online class, which is my in color card class. You'll also get a $25 product credit, and finally you will get a free color coach, which is a super awesome reference tool. It's this right here, and the new in colors will be, of course, part of that. So it's a really great tool to keep. I keep mine handy right next to my stamping space so that when I'm stumped on colors, I can reference it. Anyway, to sign up for that, I'll put a link in the description of this video, and it's pretty awesome. Okay, so there's the ginkgos, and I'm just going to do a little bit more. I don't have any of the stems in there, so we'll just get a few more things. There we go. And then finally, we're going to do Shaded Spruce in that big skeleton leaf. I just love this leaf. So pretty. And again, we'll just do this in all different directions, overlapping like so. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. Then what I'm going to do is, I'm laughing because I get notifications on my phone. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb, and my friend Kelly just told me that there's a Hoarders episode or marathon all weekend long, or all day today. And I'm laughing because we watched Hoarders on our drive home because she likes that. And I told her that I wanted to clean when we got home after watching that. Okay, so now I'm just going to arrange these on to my very vanilla card base, and then I'm going to pop the layers up. Okay, so this looks awesome. Now, to finish this off, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Now, this is right out of this Loyal Leaves stamp set. And I'll stamp this in soft suede. And then I'm going to grab a Post-it note and put that right over the top, because I'm going to use this label die. Now, this is from a new set of dies. Let's see if I have it handy here. Called oh, I thought I had it handy, but I guess not. Or wait, yes I do. It's under my stamp sets. This set is called Tasteful Labels Dies. And I really like this. I think it's going to be a very popular set. So let me die cut this. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's a really nice label. And I'm just going to add this popped up onto my card. And I'm going to add just a little bit of our braided linen trim just to add a nice little touch underneath this. And I'm just doing kind of a loop. I don't want it to be you know, like too girly in a bow, because this is definitely a masculine card. So I like the look of this. And then I'm going to use our new Seal Plus. This is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm still getting the handle. You can see it says Seal Plus on it. This is our new adhesive, and it's so awesome. It goes on really nice and smooth. And it just is great for tacking things down onto a card. It's very much like our old Fast Fuse, if you're familiar with that. I really like it because it sticks so well, and it doesn't, there's, you know, that stringy thing of adhesive that would come off with Fast Fuse. That's not a problem with this. So this is our new tape runner, and it's awesome. So there we go. There's our first card. Now for our next card, I loved this, but I wanted it a little richer looking. So I decided to take and do it with Crumb Cake and some browns. And this definitely brought out the manliness of this card, I think. So I'm going to quick clean my stamps, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to switch up the colors, and then we're going to use Crumb Cake instead of our Very Vanilla. And there we go. So for this, I'm going to use Crumb Cake ink. And ooh, I lost one of my pieces. Here we go. So I'm going to use some Crumb Cake ink to start with. And then on this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also put a little edge of the same color ink as I'm stamping with on the cardstock. So I'm just going to kind of brush it like this, being careful not to get too much. I just want a little edge to kind of outline it. It's almost like I'm putting a fake layer of cardstock on there. You can see that just adds a nice little edging. All right, I'll continue with some soft suede ink and the ginkgo leaf, which is my favorite. I love ginkgos. When we lived in California, there was a ginkgo tree kind of in the median across the street from our little apartment, and I loved the look of it, and it turned a beautiful yellow shade in the fall, and it was one of the few trees that actually changed colors during the season. Now this suede ink is a little juicier. So there we go. I kind of got a little aggressive on this one. Sorry about that. Okay, set that aside. Make sure you're not covered in ink. And then we're going to move on to Early Espresso for our third leaf. And for this, we'll do the exact same thing. Again, oh, I just love the look of this skeleton leaf. It's so pretty. And we're changing up the direction of all these leaves. Okay, we'll leave that for a second to dry, and then we'll get our card base ready. Oh, actually, I need to stamp my sentiment. Now, I pre-die cut this label. Hopefully this will work. We'll stamp it again in soft suede. Oh, perfect. All right, I'll set that aside. And I've got my crumb cake card base. And by the way, I want you to see what I did to my sample when I was making it. I didn't even realize it until I went to photograph this. I put it on the card wrong. I should say I had it right like this, but when I added this stuff, it was wrong. Okay, I'm actually going to hold off on those. Give them a second to dry just a little longer. But what I want to do is take and stamp my skeleton leaf on the scrap of soft suede cardstock, and then we're going to heat emboss it with my gold embossing, heat embossing. I'm just cleaning my fingers off just in case. Okay, so for this, I'll take my Versamark and ink this up, stamp it down here in soft suede, or sorry, Versamark ink gold powder on the soft suede cardstock. Heat set it. And whenever you use gold powder, as soon as it melts, make sure you move on, because you can actually like overheat it and it will like evaporate or vaporize. So don't go over it too long. I actually did that on one of my leaves. Now I'm going to cut this out, but it's super easy to cut because it's such a simple shape. I'm just leaving just a little bit of a border. Like that. Okay. And I'll get rid of this so you can see what I'm doing a little better. All right, now I think our other pieces have dried. I did get a little aggressive on the inking. I guess I didn't realize. All right, so I'm going to put these on just like I did before, where I pop them all up. All right, now I love how these panels really stand off that card because of the way they're adhered. Now I'm going to take my leaf and put this on my card with a little bit of my Seal Plus. This is, I'm so used to doing the check mark, which I don't need to do with this, by the way. So let me just alter that. It's what's great about this is you just lift it up. You don't have to do anything special. Okay, so I've got my leaf on there. I'm going to pop up my hero, but I also thought it needed a little something on here. So what I added was a little bit of our new faux suede trim. This is beautiful ribbon and it feels really cool. Like it's got a suede feel to it. So I'll do the same thing. I'm going to just add that little loop under here. But I want to keep it pretty short because I want the loop, you know, not to be too fussy, too girly. And then I've just got a little bit more of my Seal Plus. It really does look, or sticks fantastically, which I love. I've been very excited about this new adhesive. And then I'll just pop my label right up over the top. And how gorgeous is that? Oh, so awesome. All right, our third and final card, I wanted to try it with printed paper. So, of course, I looked at my printed paper reference chart, my DSP reference chart, and I love the masculine theme of the world of good. So I went with 3 designs of that. I chose kind of the brass maps. This is got the globe, but a little bit of texture to it. And then this little, I wanted to bring some of the blue in. So this background is going to be Misty Moonlight. I literally had to check my ink pad to make sure that was the right name because I don't have the names memorized yet. And of course, I'm going to combine that with my Beautiful World bundle. It's a great stamp set. And then, of course, we've got some fantastic coordinating dies, and I've got a few of them out to use on this card. The best part about this is I have a really great all-star tutorial PDF for this bundle. And if you want to order it, you can purchase it for $15, or you can get it for free when you spend $50 in my online store during the month of June. So that's a great perk. Tons of really great inspiration. Wonderful for masculine cards, but also really nice. I've been noticing for like graduation cards. So it's a great bundle. Okay, I went a little leaner on the dimensionals. I'm going to put one in the middle though. Like so. And then on this one, after these are adhered, we're going to actually feed some of that trim right through the center. I wanted something to kind of pull the whole card together, and that trim worked like a charm for that, which was great. Now, ahead of time, I also die cut some of the pieces out of this stamp set. Let's see. I want this one on top. Now, normally I would set these out and kind of make sure they were laid out evenly before I started adhering them, but because I've made this card now 6 times, I've got that kind of in my head as to the dimensions of everything. This one's actually a little off. So if you remove your dimensionals right away, you got a little bit of leeway in terms of getting them adhered down. Now, isn't that a great basis of a card? Of course, you could do this in lots of basically any pattern paper, which is awesome. So I'm going to continue to feed this ribbon right through, and then I will tie it. I have a feeling I'm going to use this ribbon a lot this year because it's just so pretty. Okay. Now, if you liked my printed paper, my DSP reference chart, you can get your very own. And I'll put a link to the description of that. And I'll actually put a video in it at the end. I'll link the video that explains how it works. They have been quite popular. Okay, now for this one, oh shoot, I was supposed to stamp my sentiment on here. Dang it, I did this when I made my card too. Let's see if we can get it on here. Now for this, I'm going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow because that's the right color of ink to match the printed paper that's on here. And I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. So when I did this, I caught the edge of my stamp. And sometimes when I have new stamps, you kind of get a feel for where those edges are and where they may or may not catch. So I'm just trimming off a little bit of that rubber so that I don't do that again this time. It also helps if you don't kind of goosh your stamp into your ink pad. You can see I didn't catch the ink on any of the edges around here, and that will definitely prevent that from happening as well. So we'll stamp this right in the middle here. Oh, and it looks great. So happy. I also die cut, there's a single circle for the globe, and then there's a detail globe. What's great about this one is there is both sides of the globe. So like this is the North American side, and then the opposing side has Europe and Asia on it, which is really great because then the whole world is represented. I say North America because that's where I live, so. But I die cut that out of the brass. You can see it's super shiny. It's hard to photograph that, but it looks fantastic. Then I've got the little stand here. There's a large stand and a small stand. Let's see if I can stamp that right. How did it turn out? Oh, amazing. I love when I stamp well. Okay, so I'm just going to put a glue dot on the top and bottom of this. And then I'll attach it like this to the printed paper. And then I will put the globe right on top as well. And, oh, I did pop it up. So we'll put this on a couple of dimensionals kind of in the middle. The top is going to overlap a little, so we don't want it to stick to the card. We'll put it on its axis here, like so, and look at that. Now wait, we're not quite done. So what's great about this stamp set is there's also a sentiment that kind of goes with this for the inside of your card. So Life's a Beautiful Journey is on the outside. I'm going to take the coordinating stamp that lines up. I shouldn't say it doesn't line up, but it is the same as that. We'll stamp off a layer of ink, and then I've put it on here. And then we'll do the detail sentiment over the top, which says, "Thank you for being a part of mine." So isn't that awesome? So that would make a great anniversary card or birthday card. So there's our 3 cards for today, guys. Let me know in the comments of the video which one is your favorite. I'd love to hear, and thank you so much for stamping with me. Now, if you need to purchase any of these items, my online store is open, and I would love to be your demonstrator. I really appreciate your business. It helps me bring more awesome videos just like this one to you each week. You can shop the links in my online store when you click See More, or there's a little arrow. Just click on that, and you'll see all the information, as well as the supplies I used, links to my online store, my blog post, and the dimensions of all the things I used on today's video. Thank you guys so much for stamping with me. I will see you again soon. Bye.